evening all, welcome to some more tactics. Right, if I sound as rough as a badger's arse, which is, a saying, it's because we played, 14 games last night in this millionaire what's it doodah. And we're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about the tactics of tanking. And this is a funny one, really. I'm amazed more people don't do this. It is tag team tanking. So we're back to the old days, the days of old, the glory days, the golden years. Del Boy and I tanking, and I'm running a blaster for the obvious reasons, and he's running his missile tank. And what you're seeing here is we stick together pretty much like glue. So unless there's a good reason, we generally just stick together as one. And it's amazing how effective this is. We can still come up against two tanks, and so it could be 2 on 2, and we'd still win because we focus fire. And the enemies generally, well, sometimes they do, but most of the time it's amazing how they don't. And just having that ability to kind of coordinate is really good. Plus, I would stress, having a blaster tank to strip shields, or at least start to damage shields particularly, and then having those missile volleys come in is just deadly. We kill, 99% of what we find coming at us. And if it's 2v1, we rarely lose. Even rail tanks, things like, those kind of bitch hunter fits that I've seen, dual hardened, damage modded railgun tanks, they present quite a lot of damage, but this is where I think the mixture of the two tactics really works, because all I do effectively is have a speed booster and I just go and wrestle the guy straight on. I just rush at the guy and get on top of his turret and deny his shot, and you'd be amazed how often that works. Anyway, so pretty much give this a go. I think if you're not doing this already, just find a friend. It's very easy. Just go to go to a channel and say, hello, will you be my friend? And somebody, I'm sure, will take pity on you because you probably sound a bit special, and then you've got your buddy. And what I would stress you probably do is make a complementary fit like this. So obviously Delboy's got his missile tank, and I have a fast-moving blaster tank. And I think those two mix quite well. You could run a railgun perhaps, but it really, again, it's about, I don't get a lot of the finishing blows by design, because what my purpose is to strip shields so that Dal can hit armor straight off. So there we go. Even a shield tank is already in trouble by the time it gets, or rather I get to it, because I'm able to strip the shield before they actually activate their hardeners. So that's a good example of what we do. The old rope and dope. Does that make sense? I don't know. But so here we go. Here's a great example of teamwork. This guy, I know I can kill probably on my own, but we're obviously working as a team. So I'm baiting him. I'm keeping his focus on me, so he knows I'm here. And what we're trying to do is just get a few shots on him, make him aware we're here, because he can't see from behind him. Del is now coming down the hill, and we're going to completely F him up. So here we go. He's not even looking at Del, and blap, he's dead. That's it. That's how it works. So I am pretty much the bait tank, but I've got the rep and armor and speed to get out of dodge if stuff goes south. So this is why I think it works quite well. The only tanks we have trouble with is missile Caldari tanks for myself. But I would tell you, hardly anybody runs them. I mean, again, this is why this is such a rare document of record that you are seeing here, because we have enemies using blasters. Not everybody is using Seeker railguns. And that's the shame of the moment. The game at the moment is pretty boring, because in tank terms, because the reality is so many people just run railgun seekers just to try and damage mod kill everybody, and nobody wants to actually have a proper blaster brawl. So the people we're fighting here, I love you because this was the best match we had all night, literally, because we just had fight after fight with tank versus tank, and it was all different things: blaster, missile, and even railgun, but in fact most of it was just blaster. And I love it when you get these battles. This is why it's so important to document this, because this is why I think people need to stop running railgun seekers, because usually you die. To our tactic, you're not going to kill us. We're going to kill you every time. But if you bring a blaster tank, or if you bring a missile tank, and you come with like a few buddies, we're going to have the best fight you will ever have, and your heart will be racing. You will be sitting there saying, oh my god, I've just seen something amazing. And even if you win or lose, it doesn't matter, because you've entertained yourself. And too few people understand this. Let me explain this. In Eve, when I played Eve, 25% I would say of the Eve player base they would log in and they'd say, right, I want to fight. I'm playing a game, this is a game, and I want to go and get in a spaceship and go and fight someone. I don't care if I lose, it's more I just want to fight. Okay, it's Fight Club time. Whereas the other 75% were too involved with the game and their reputation, ego, hubris, whatever, and they then would say, I don't want to lose. Oh my god, I don't want to lose. And they do that thing where, I don't know if you've ever kind of, fake punch someone and they flinch. It's exactly like that, because they're immediately terrified of the combat, the fight, the conflict, whatever. And I think this is very true of Dust as well, because red line railgunners and people who generally shirk and flinch from a fight are the people who just, they're not very good at the game in essence. Whereas the people we're fighting here, Carlos and others, these are people who have come into the game saying, I want to be entertained, let's go and have a really good fight. And like us, we just said, let's fight, let's brawl, let's just dust it up. And lo and behold, we had probably the best match, and I think they also had an amazing match as well, because it was just incredibly fun. And I think not enough games are like this. We almost need a measure of how serious a fighter you are. It's like, are you here just to get points and KD and just to look good and win? If so, go and fight in that league against all the weak bastards. But if you're here to actually have a fight, you don't care if you lose 5 tanks or you don't care if you lose 10 suits, as long as you've had a good fight. Then come and fight in this league, and let's just do it. And I would almost remove all of the stats and all of the things from one side of this, and then just make it a fun thing. I'm not suggesting a solution here. This is just idle banter from a very drunk, hungover man. But I just think that to be honest, there is so much more to do with this game that I just think that sometimes you mustn't always consider the win-loss, the KD, the reputation. It doesn't matter. Just have a fun, good fight. And this became a meme within EVE, because good fights really was what most people are out to get. And this is why a lot of alliances started attacking each other, because it gets boring. And they just want to log in and have a really good brawl. Dust and Titanfall and every game that has this is no different. It just unfortunately has a lot of people who are not really looking for a good fight, they're looking to win. And those people who look to win, who just they see our tanks, they would just call in a red line railgun tank and sit on the hill shooting us, knowing, because they just want to win, they just want to feel that they've beaten us somehow. And the reality is they haven't. Actually, the moral victory is with us and these people we're fighting here. Look at these glorious bastards. I love you. Come, let's form a corp and I'll shower money on you, and let's just go and fight forever, because I just think this, to me, is the most important and fun part of the game. And I think way too many people treat this as some kind of fashion walk, some kind of catwalk, where they think that somebody's watching them and it matters how they look or or perform. The reality is it's not. Are you having fun? Because if you are, then you are exactly doing what you need to do. If you're basically not having fun because, I don't know, whatever, then you may be in the wrong game. So there we go. We didn't kill the guy at the end as well. We just ran out of time. But oh my god, that was fun. How many tanks did we kill? Post in the comments. I have no idea. You may have to check the kill feed as well, because we did kill quite a few. I don't know if that'll actually show, but it was impressive. It was fun. This was part of the million merc thingamajig as well, so it was just incredible fun. And I think for myself, I killed maybe 3. I think I killed 1 infantry guy and 3. Dell, I think, killed 10 tanks. I think he didn't kill it. He's missiles. He's not going to kill anything else. So this was just ridiculous fun. This was just exactly the kind of games we want to have. And I think if you are this kind of player, then I love you very much.